I had no plans for Tacloban. I just passed through it before Eastern Samar, and somehow this unplanned city gave me a quietly beautiful day. Hey friends! I'm Serene and welcome to another video in Serene Trails and Suitcase. I was supposed to head to Beetle Island in northern Samar, but I unknowingly booked my hotel during a typhoon, so I gently changed plans and canceled the trip. I needed somewhere to rest before catching a fast craft back to Cebu. Tacloban was along the way home, and that felt like reason enough to stay. No itinerary, no must-see list, just one day, one suitcase, and a city I knew almost nothing about. This is what I found. I checked out the Leona homestay in Eastern Samar at around 8 in the morning and arrived in Tacloban just before 1 p.m. I stayed at JMCL Hostel, the most affordable option I could find for one night. The early check-in costs a little extra, and there's a refundable deposit at check-in. Nothing alarming, just good to know before you arrive. Small room, small bed, simple, but that was all I needed. When I don't know where to begin, I find a cafe. Beetle Cafe became that anchor for the afternoon. Small, cozy, the kind of place where the staff makes you feel like a regular even if it's your first time. I ordered lunch and coffee and spent almost 2 hours there, just mapping out where I wanted to go. No pressure, no rush. Just a quiet afternoon in a city I was still getting to know. Sometimes, the best itinerary is the one you write over coffee. One of the places I wanted to see was a church in Palo, the kind that looks like it holds centuries in its walls. I checked Google Maps to know where to go. Along the walk, I found a small police outpost. I asked for directions, and they kindly pointed me in the right way. They even waited and waved a passing jeepney for me. One thing, don't ask the jeepney drivers in front of the mall where they drop you off. Someone tried to charge me 200 pesos for a ride. The actual jeepney fare, 15. When I arrived, I stopped at the entrance. The facade was striking, a classic layered design in soft colors. The outside view of the church is beautiful enough. There was a wedding happening, a moment already full of someone else's joy. So I stayed at the threshold, took it all in, and moved on. I took a tricycle going to McArthur's Landing and arrived at 4 p.m. It was a weekend, so there were people, families, children, etc. There's something about this place that makes the noise bearable. This is where General Douglas MacArthur returned to the Philippines during World War II, where his famous "I shall return" promise was fulfilled. I stayed for almost an hour. History doesn't always need silence to speak. After After McArthur's, I booked a Grab to a sunset spot I'd found on Google Maps. It wasn't what I hoped for. Cloudy skies, no golden hour, just a reminder that even last-minute plans don't always cooperate. But then my driver said something. He recommended a restaurant, Pasqualitos Italian restaurant. It's already in Samar part, but it has a view of the San Juanico Bridge. He said the view was worth it. I had no reason not to trust him. I decided to have dinner. The food was delicious. The vibe was calm. And from a table I never planned to sit at, I finally got my view. The San Juanico Bridge, one of the longest bridges in Asia, stretching quietly across the water as the sky turned soft. Sometimes, the detours are the whole point. Grab wasn't available for the ride back, so I booked a Maxim instead. The wait was long, but the driver was kind. The kind of person who still shows up even after other riders cancel last minute. Please don't cancel on your drivers. I got back to the hostel around 8 p.m. Tacloban is quiet outside my window. That was enough for one day. I woke up the next morning at around 6 a.m. The city was already alive. I walked 6 minutes to the Tacloban Astrodome area, to the Yolanda Memorial Monument. If you're unfamiliar, Typhoon Yolanda, known internationally as Haiyan, made landfall near Tacloban in 2013. It was one of the strongest tropical cyclones ever recorded. Thousands of lives were lost. The city bore the full weight of that grief. Standing there in the early morning light, reading the names, feeling the stillness, I understood something about Tacloban that a rushed itinerary might have skipped past entirely. This city didn't just survive, it rebuilt. And there's something quietly extraordinary about a place that carries that kind of history and still welcomes you with warmth. I wandered the nearby streets looking for breakfast. I found Arki Myls Canteen, a small carinderia. Nothing fancy. I ordered nilagang baka and pansit. Hot, honest, hearty, and simple food. I went back to the hostel, packed my things, and made my way to Van's terminal for the van to Ormoc. The van did not leave until 12 p.m. Almost 3 hours later, I was at the port, catching an ocean jet fast craft back to Cebu. Tacloban was never part of my plan, but the quiet parts rarely are. If this quiet corner of the Philippines made you want to slow down even just a little, that's exactly the feeling I was hoping to leave you with. If you're planning your own Tacloban visit, save this video. And if you love this kind of serene travel content, like and subscribe. I'm always finding the next place worth lingering in. Want to see where this trip began? My Eastern Samar series is right here. Caves, coastlines, and the kind of silence you have to earn. Until the next serene trail involving my suitcase. See ya!